passed Larson for a win in the Xfinity Series.
Well, you mentioned lap traffic. Look at the cars in front of the 42. There's 3, 4, possibly 5 cars that even with 4 to go, I believe the 42 is going to have to work around. That's really, in my mind, what it's going to come down to. Will these cars give Kyle Larson that preferred top lane?
Through 1 and 2, he's going to get clean sailing as he goes to the high side once again and sails by. Marty.
That's the other point for Keselowski. All these lap cars are taking away his preferred line because the lap cars are staying on the bottom of the racetrack, and that's where they make the most time on the 42. Every lap they seem to be catching him in the corner. Joey Meyer's spotter said we just can't catch a break with these lap cars kind of taking away the 22's line.
And they have every right to be on this racetrack. It's just almost a gentlemanly agreement that the guys will get out of the way of the 2 or 3 or 4, however many cars are racing for the win. But in this situation, you have drivers with 2 distinctly different lines that they're trying to run. Kyle Larson up high. The 22 of Brad Keselowski had been running down low.
The spotters have been watching these leaders. The spotters of the slower cars have been watching these leaders, knowing where the leaders want to run, giving that information to these cars, say, hey, give them the top.
As soon as we say that, this forces the 42 through the middle of the racetrack to go underneath the first lap car. Then he catches 2 other cars side by side and has to split them down the backstretch.
We'll see if that made him check up at all and give the 22 a run, as the 22 will also have to negotiate through the slower cars. The gap, a second between the top 2. Kyle Larson now. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. It was 0.6 of a second when they crossed the start-finish line. The gap between Kyle Larson and Brad Keselowski. 4 races in 2016 have ended with a last lap pass. And again, the 22 of Brad Keselowski has not won this year. Through the middle of the racetrack, coming out of turn 4. Kyle Larson's going to hold him off. Larson's going to win in Texas. Continuing between Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez.
Great car. Thank you for all the hard work this weekend.
Elliott Sadler all looking for as many points as they could as Brad Keselowski waves as he goes by the 42. Those 2, a great battle on the track. And it was 1 on the restart. Kyle Larson needed to get by the 22 on the restart if he wanted a chance. He was able to do that, got out front, and Brad Keselowski could never get back wide.
Good job. Thank you.
Kyle Larson led the last 30 laps. That was it. Keselowski, 145 laps led today. Coming home second, Kevin Harvick finished 3rd, and all 3 of those drivers will race tomorrow afternoon. Daniel Suarez, Elliott Sadler finishing 4th, 5th, and 6th. All chase drivers. The points very close now. In the Xfinity Series, 1 race to go before the championship 4. You see the letters rubbed off of the right rear tire of Kyle Larson. Got into the wall as he was running right up against it late in the race, and he was able to continue to hold off Brad Keselowski. Kyle Larson's making his way to victory lane. We will see him there when we return. Larson winning at Texas Motor Speedway.